Sorry about that. I had this thing all wrong. I'm just gonna be real quick. This shouldn't take no more than 6 or 7 minutes to take and do this. This is gonna be real quick. I just want to remind you of what I said this morning about what happened in church. Go back and watch the video earlier. What happened to me in church Sunday, and how all day Saturday I stayed in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 7. And while taking and doing that, I was guided towards some other things, and being guided to these other things, this is what I found. And I want you to keep in mind what I titled this. Something that I used to always hear when I was in the penitentiary: signs and symbols for the conscious mind. I would always hear my Morris brothers say that. And we know that symbols they like Prince. When Prince had took and changed his name, he took and changed his name to like a symbol. Like we know that symbols come in different forms, different shapes. We know that a sign is just not a sign that you take and you hang up that say stop or say something. Sometimes signs can come through events of things that happens, like occurrences. So this is one of these things where the sign, it then came over a period of time. So to make sure that I don't say nothing wrong, the sign, and this real important here. The sign that took and brought this about came about in a 6 or 7 year period. But I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at it from 67 to 73. So that would be a 6 year period according to just the numbers in itself. But it can vary if the 67 started in the beginning of the year, and the 73 was in the end of the year. I should have wrote down the time and the months that this happened, but I didn't. I'm probably going to do it when I get ready to take and do everything to this. Or if God is saying for me to take and do everything to this. The reason why I'm getting on here and doing this right now is for the simple reason I feel, okay, this is just me, that is something that needs to be talked about right now, because people need to think about this as they talking about vote for this person, vote for that person. They need to think and stop and think about how important a woman's womb is, or a woman's matrix. So what I want to do before I get off into this, I want to go to Exodus. I want to go to Exodus chapter 13, and I just want to read a couple of verses. And I'm trying to be careful, because I know sometimes when you just read a verse and you don't get a whole background of what something is saying, that you can be manipulated and misled. And I don't want to manipulate nobody or mislead nobody. I just want a person to hear these two verses, and then after you hear these two verses, go back and read from chapter 12 all the way up to chapter 13, and that'll give you a little bit more of the context of where this verse come from and why God was saying what he was saying. But if you go to Exodus chapter 13, verse 12, and you listen, it says, in verse 12, it says, that thou shalt set apart unto the Lord all that opens the matrix, and every firstling that cometh of a beast which thou hast, the male shall be the Lord's. Okay. Now the word matrix is used, but it says right here, it's making it clear that thou shalt set apart unto the Lord all that opens the matrix. And then it's talking about the firstlings of the beast, the male shall be the Lord's. Okay. Now it's mentioning in there about a beast, but it used the word matrix. Now if you come down to verse 15, and you'll see, and I got one more verse to read besides that too. So we can can take this back to the womb, a word that a lot of y'all will be more familiar with. Okay, verse 15 in Exodus chapter 13, verse 15 says, "And it came to pass when the Pharaoh would hardly let us go, that the Lord slew the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both the firstborn of the man, the firstborn of the beast. Therefore I sacrifice to the Lord all, hold on. To the Lord all, to the Lord all that opens the matrix, males, but all firstborn of my children I redeem." Now, I mentioned the matrix again, but if you take it and you go back just to show you how the womb is the matrix, look what God says right here in verse 1 that leads to verse 2. Exodus chapter 13, verse 1. "And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Sanctify unto me all the firstborns, whatsoever opens the womb among the children of Israel, both of man and of beast, it is mine." Now he said, basically saying the same thing again here, but he called it the womb. So we know that when he's speaking of the matrix, he's speaking of the womb. And like I said, I tried to explain, which, like I said, is people that understand how to explain this stuff way better than me. But the Matrix, when he says Matrix, if you think about the movie Matrix, and you just reflect on that and how they went from the physical being into a spiritual world where things was taken and was happening that affected the world on the other side. So just think about it like that. And I told y'all about how in 2016, in July, I was given a vision of seeing demons around this big old puddle of blood. It was like a lake. And the demons was drinking out of them. And they was sitting, and I could see them. And this was vivid, real vivid. And it was drinking, and it was drinking in the blood. And I was constantly hearing what I didn't tell. And I said in the other video, but I didn't say it in this last video that I had posted. I was constantly hearing the children's blood is crying out. Okay? Then that next month in August, 90 people was killed in August. But I had the vision before then, and all the way up to me having the vision, I will always be hearing the children's blood is crying out. Now, when you sticking something up in that matrix, the thing that you're sticking up in that matrix is going into a place that's connected directly to the spirit realm. And a lot of people are, oh, that's physical. It's connected directly to the spirit realm. Directly. That's why we are having the problems that we are having. Just pay attention. Here in the United States, here in Canada, and in the UK and other places in the world. But if you pay attention to these three places and what they did and what I'm getting ready to reveal to you, you'll come to understand it. Okay? Now, so I did a little research because of what had came to me. You know what I mean? So I took it out and I looked it up. When did United States take and approve abortions? And when that popped up, it popped up that it was in 1973, but it gave me a little bit more information than what I was even looking for. And I ain't gonna even lie about it. You know, I was gonna just stop there because I wanted to know the year that it happened with in the United States. But it revealed to me that the United Kingdom approved abortion, and please listen to this, in 1967. We are in the year of the 67 right now, which is the year of the 24. I've been talking to y'all about this even before I found this. Okay, I'm quite sure other people knew about it way before I did, but I just found it out recently. Okay, that United Kingdom had approved it in 1967. I've been talking to y'all about the year of 66, 67, 68, 69. I've been speaking about that for a while now, for some years now. Okay? And I don't find that that's a coincidence. I find that that's a sign. And a lot of people might be saying, no, it's okay. I'm not here to argue with y'all tonight. But if you pay attention to this, it said in 1967, United Kingdom approved abortion. Now, if you take and you just go on the year, we get 67. If we take and we break 67 down, 67 breaks down to 6 plus 7 is 13. I've been talking to y'all about the number 13 too, right? But 13 breaks down to 4. Pay attention to this. The second great nation or great country that approved this was Canada. Canada approved it in, just the information they're giving me, in 1969. I've been speaking to y'all about the year of the 69, and in the year of the 69, that's when the last of the from the 333 shows up. The last 3 that will go from 69 to 72 stars in the year of 69. I told y'all that also the last 4 that come from the 444 also shows up in the year of 69. I told y'all that the middle 7 shows up then. And then the 3 and the 4, it gives confirmation on that middle 7. Oh, I hope y'all get this. Now, if you take and you break 69 down, okay, you get 15, right? 15 breaks down to 6. Get this. If you go from 67 all the way to 73, the year the United States approved abortion. If you go from there, that's 6 years. Not only that, if you just take the first 2 countries, and when you take and you get the 4 is the last number, then the 6 is the last number, you get 46. What presidency is we in right now? The 46th presidency. Catch this. Pay attention to this. Don't let this go over your head. Don't let this go in one ear and out the other. Okay? Because this right here is a major warning. How is it that we in the 46th presidency, the year of the 46th presidency, all this is signs. It can't line up like this unless the information they gave me is wrong. I Googled when did the United States approved it. You know what I mean? Said 73. You know, I went down and looked at a few other things. Same thing. Okay? Now, if the United States approved in 73, and the first 2 did it in 67 and 69, from the 67 to the 73, that's a 6-year period. The middle number is 6. Okay? We know that 6 is associated with the day that God created man. We also know that it was the 6th verse that is mentioned in there when Adam and Eve ate from off the tree of fruit of good and knowledge. Ate of the tree of good and knowledge. Ate off of it. It's in the 6th verse. It's mentioned in the 6th verse in 51 words. Flip side of 15 is 51. 51 breaks down to 6 too. So it gave double confirmation there. And not only that, but it reveals the 66 books that we go through out of the Bible. Well, we know there's other books is mixed, but it also revealed that too. Okay, what I want to get to, and just mosey on, get on off of here. The first 2 nations reveals the 67, that's the year we in. No coincidence. We're in the year of the 67 in the same time that we got the 46th president in office. Sign. Same time. Of the year of the 67. Okay? we get the 4 and the 6. That's the first one that is proved according to what they showing me on it. That lined up with. I guess they might have gave me this because the United States and Canada and the U.S. is closely knit or considered to be, a nation that's up under the same umbrella and whatnot. I don't know. I don't want to make this long, but anyway, just please pay attention to this. You get the 46 out of the next two. Now watch this. When you take and you go to the 73, which is the United States, in the year that the United States proved it, you get the number 10, then 10 breaks down to 1. Please get this. If you add 1 to 46, what do you get? You get 47. I've been telling y'all for years that God was speaking to me, warning me about that number 47. I didn't understand it. I wasn't looking at it being this presidency, this being like this. I did not. And that's the honor of God too. I thought it had to do with Pope Francis and Biden because the stuff that was revealed to me that I revealed to y'all back in 2021, I believe it was, and some other things. I didn't know it was pointing to this. But if you take all 3 of these nations and you add up the final number that you get from each one of them, just add them 3 together. That ain't the final number, but if you add them 3 numbers together, you get the number 47. You get 47. The 4 and 6 is 46 plus 1 is 47. Now, if you take and you do it the other way, the warning is huge. 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 Because 47 middle number is 11. I've been talking to y'all about this number 11 over a decade. Almost close to it. Okay? I don't know about over, but me literally speaking to people about it over a decade. 11 means disorder. What do we see right now? Disorder. Disorder. 11 means judgment. Judgment will come if we continue to feed these demons in the spirit realm. Stuff is going to get crazy, crazy, crazy. And it also means mystery and mastery. Here it is, something is being revealed to us through 3 nations that's connected together. I didn't make this happen. I stumbled up on it because something was guiding me to find out how long ago was it when the United States approved this. Okay, I still ain't done all the numbers too, but this right here is enough to make us pay attention, especially with the middle number being 6, and then the middle number 6 that we get the 6 from got the year 69 in it. And then after the 69, you get 15. What did God say in Genesis 3 and 15? Now you talking about Genesis 3 and 15. How you going to associate the 15 with Genesis 3 and 15? Didn't I just give y'all 3 different nations? There go the number 3 right there. And this ain't something I started doing. I've been showing y'all different ways that the numbers are speaking this way. 3 nations, and the middle number is 50. Haven't I always been talking? The middle. The middle. What's the middle number of these 3 nations? 4, 6 plus 1 is 47. Right? Now, 47 breaks down to what? 11. So here it is. You got the 47 from those 3 numbers being what would be considered the middle number, because you add all of them together. So that would be the middle. And then the middle number from off of that, 4 and 7, because you start another sequence, would be 7. The last number would be 1. But I got ahead of myself Because if you go to the last one, which is 73, when the year the United States took it and approved the abortion thing, which was in 73, and you go to Genesis chapter 1, verse 1, and you do what the Jews or the Hebrews take and they do with the numbers of their alphabet and whatnot. Two of the numbers that you're going to find in there, in that verse, is the number 37 and 73. Now, when you take and break the 73 down, that's 10. That's a reflection of Ham, or Yah. So, what is the hand of God going to do if we continue to go against what he said? Now, that's where Jeremiah chapter 7 come in. And what I have not finished yet, and might not get a chance to take and give it to y'all. He might say, no, this is enough. You know what I mean? Or no, I might have jumped out there before I was supposed to. I don't know. It's been on my mind and my heart all day since I come up out of my sleep being attacked by this python spirit and this spirit of Ivan. And I know for a fact that the spirit of Ivan is connected to old ancient Egypt. I know it for a fact. I told y'all what I seen when I was in the spirit realm that day the Bishop Gilbert G. Patterson pulled me out of. I went into gold pyramids. These pyramids were solid gold. And as I went into them, and I was passing to get to the room where the spirit of Ra, the spirit of Ivan, and the spirit with the diamond shade and white gown was, old spirits of Egypt. As I was passing through that, I was passing by places where orgies was going on there. Okay? So I know that the spirit of Ivan is a worldly spirit, not just because of that, because of the things that happen. I'm gonna tell you, if anybody that work at Sam Club, they got access to them cameras out there, and they can go back and watch the footage from 325 to 326 when the spirit of Ivan was present in me, and how the spirit was stretching my face and doing all kinds of stuff. Don't no spirit of God do you like that. And that's the spirit that's operating in the church, and a lot of these leaders and a lot of these people that need deliverance. And that's the spirit that y'all endorsing right now by going against what God is saying. Okay? You can't violate the matrix, something that he created to take and function and create like he created. You can't violate that and don't think he ain't gonna move. You can't take what comes out of the matrix and abuse it by changing it to something other than what God said it was, and don't think he ain't gonna move. Do research on ancient Rome, ancient Greece, ancient Mesopotamia. Do research on ancient Persia, on ancient Babylon. Do research on these places. It was always a certain spirit that was thriving in these great nations before they fell. Don't take my word for it. Go and look it up yourself. Find out yourself. Always a spirit, a certain spirit that was at the helm of the ship. Search it for yourself. I'm finna get off here, but if you just pay attention, this ain't nothing that I just been doing all the time. I've been trying to show y'all this and reveal this stuff to y'all for a long while. And there's so much here in chapter 7 that you won't just back this up, but to back up that God still loves y'all. He's still trying to reach y'all. He still wants y'all to take and turn on. He wants repentance. He wants us to open up our hearts, and all of us. All of us. And I ain't no better than the rest of y'all. You know, I fall short too, and that's why I'm trying to get back right. Because I'm telling you, it's some stuff that's getting ready to come our way. You know, you hear these men and women of God telling y'all that it's going to happen. And it's going to start off slow, then it's going to just start getting thick. Because I want you to pay attention to this. The year 73, which was the year that they took and they approved this, when in the sequence of the numbers that I found in the thing that I did with this chart, when the 73 shows up, the year that the 73 shows up is the year 57, 78, 57, 89. And you know what all these different men and women of God been saying about it. You know what the word been saying about that. That wormwood thing and all the rest of that stuff. And that's also a particular time when we're gonna be in the middle of the middle seven. Oh my God, if they don't get that right there. Anyway, I'm gone. And like I said, I want to say this one more thing, and I'm a bag again. I know a lot of y'all gonna want to talk to me and continue to do bad with me, saying, but please, President Trump, I'm bagging you like I did in 2018. God, seeking God, praying to Him, and a lot of this other stuff. Please cut it out. Please. It's a reason why He has you in the limelight right now at this particular time and did in 2016. It's a reason. But all that about you the one that's going to make America great again. I mean, you can take and do things if you're in charge and you're the president that people going to have to follow and do because you signed it in if it's approved. But it won't be you making America great without God. God, the only one that can make America great again. The only one that can put this country on the right path that it needs to be going on while all this wickedness and evil is going to be happening. Because He said it's going to happen, it's going to happen. But He can put us on the path where it don't have to be as bad for us as it's going to be for a lot of places. So, don't make this about you. Make this about God. And God will move for you. But at the same time, He'll know if you're faking too. You know, so, because He has a way of letting people know that they don't know what they think they know. He has a way. Because there's a lot of things I thought I knew that I didn't know. You know, and I know it's been coming to me since 2020 they were going to have the first woman president. I know it come to me the other day that God, you know, He fed up. He just going to go ahead and turn them. I know what's been coming to me. But I'm still hoping. I'm going to hold on to my hope. I'm going to hold on to these men and women of God that once loved God to just turn their hearts to Him and open up and take and do the right thing. Maybe 1,000 y'all go to where He at Mar-a-Lago and just stand around His fence and just line up and pray. You know, get them demons up out of there. Yeah, that's what I said, demons. Because any time that a man think that he can do a great thing like that needs to be done in this country without truly having a relationship with God, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. I know evil. I wasn't able to really understand anything about evil until He started touching me and revealing to me and touching my heart too. I gave Him the reins of my heart. Give Him the reins of your heart and stop getting caught up in all this other stuff. You got a beautiful, handsome young son. What, 17, 18 years old? When you like for people to be able to say, hey man, your dad, you know, he did what needed to be done in the right way with God. Because the last time that I seen an angel in a very powerful way that reflects this priestly spirit that I fight with, and I told this story before, when he came to me in purple, you know, it's real bright. And He came to me giving me a warning for the Presbyterian Church or a message to give to the Presbyterian Church. I didn't know that you was a Presbyterian. I just found this out lately. I wish I could remember what that message was, and the video should be up somewhere because I done talked about it a few times. You know, so if you're a true Presbyterian, which I'm still trying to figure out the difference in all these denominations, and I'm going to be honest with you about it, but if you truly a Presbyterian and a man of God, know that it ain't no coincidence that this angel that came through that stargate coming to me wanted to give me a message about Presbyterians. If it's true what they say you that's what you are, I don't know. But one thing for sure, you need to spend some time with God. You need to spend some time with Him. You done seen things and know things that I can't begin to imagine. Here in this country and other stuff that you know. But I know right now what you operating out of. You know what I mean? That's the spirit of self. The spirit that I'm, sometimes try to grip me. I had to fight today whether to get on here or not. Not getting caught up in self and what's being revealed to me, but at the same time being pulled and tugged at. Got black, dark snake spirits coming up off of me. Eyes open in the spirit realm. I got that spirit of Iver sitting inside me. Walking through Sam's grocery store, jackal spirit there. Or follow me around. This battle was real. And the only reason why I've been able to stand and be around and survive it this long is because I've been spending time with Him. Because if I would have stayed in the state that I was, I wouldn't be here. I'd be gone. So in saying this, I want to say this to you, and people say, you always talking about the numbers and you always talking about this, that, and the other, but all these prophets and men and women of God that's speaking to you, they should have discernment. And they'll know if what I'm saying is true or not. My brother was diagnosed with cancer in 2020, August the 15th. That was the same day you buried your brother. I was given a message, then, that if you didn't listen, you wouldn't be around for too much longer. Now, the day that you buried your brother, and my brother was diagnosed with cancer, okay, which was 8/15. That number 8/15 played for blood. The blood that was trickling down your ears. Okay? I don't know. That same number, that same day, and I'm giving that a warning about you then. On that day, 8/15. Anybody that know what blood play for, play numbers or know anything about nothing, I know that y'all say, oh, here it goes. That's okay. That's okay. But ain't no coincidence. There are hundreds of millions of people seeing this red stuff coming down your ears that resembles blood. And I was given that message that day. Now, Joe, you that have discernment. You that have discernment. Okay? Okay. Yep. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. I was given the message after that day when I was being told to pay attention. So, forgive me. When I was being told to pay attention to that with his brother, and the day my brother was diagnosed with cancer, I was there with him in the hospital to pay attention to that, and that if you didn't listen, that something bad was going to happen. You weren't going to be around. Okay, so let me say it in, you know what I mean? It was during that time that the message started formulating, and I began to receive warnings about you. Okay, he just bringing it up now. Okay, it's all right. Because I done heard men and women of God, there's apostles and prophets say, you're a person they be coming later, we don't want to hear all that. When I be hearing y'all say that, I be wanting to say to myself, then they must don't understand that sometimes you just supposed to pray about stuff and not just speak out everything you hear. Because for a minute I was just praying on stuff because I wasn't for sure. And that was one of the things that I wasn't for sure of. And to be honest with you, I didn't want to be true. Okay? But, like I say, signs and symbols. That was a sign that on that day that started being revealed to me, that I was able to see with along with millions of other people that seem like blood coming down from your ear. Ear represents here. Do you hear? Love y'all. Have a blessed day.